are listening to Free Think Radio.
Let's go! It's time for the show!
Okay, time for the show!
Time for the show.
Tonight on Time for the Show, you will be crammed into a cylinder and launched via pneumatic tube into the moon at hypersonic speeds. Together, we will break through the hollow sphere's last defenses and battle the Moon Men from planet Moon in an incredibly and completely superficial multi-billion-dollar holographic war. Who will win, Crab Mats or Tupac Shakur? Find out on Time for the Show! Welcome aboard the good ship Hypercube. This is Commander Lieutenant Driver Dr. Argus Q. Fox of the CCS Hypercube interstellar frigate, ready for chugging along to parts. Well, they're not on. They were unknown at one point, but they're known now. Joining me via the hypercom on Laser Crystal Array, we have Easy Squeezy Reverend Peasy. Hi, Peas.
Hey, how you doing? It's good to be on the show. It's exciting to be on the USS Frigate.
You're on the frigate too? Are we just we're on the intercom together?
Well,
I'm at the front.
I'm tethered.
They call
to
that
the
like
back
the
of
top front zone of the ship. That's where I'm at. Where are you at?
So ironically, the
You
USS
guys
Frigate is actually a destroyer.
Yeah, you guys actually said, hey, Peas, dock up. And when I was docking up, there must have been some miscommunication because you started to take off. And I only got the tether of my safety rope onto the back of the engine. So I'm kind of being drugged behind you guys. But my space helmet...
was drugged?
Keel-hauled in space.
Yeah, my Major Tom communication device is allowing me to participate on the show, even though I'm soon to be.
Well, we told
burned
you
into
no
a
dry
radioactive
docking,
jar.
Peas. This is a wet docking situation only.
I just feel
You didn't
like
bring your
there's not a lot of
silicone
communication between the
lubricants.
crew
I mean,
and the
I've got no.
captains and
I have
stuff
nothing
like
but
that.
empathy
So,
for you. But we're chugging out. The gantry is clear.
USS Frigate.
Here we go. Also on Hypercom, lurking in the shadows, it's Dr. Engineer Dr. Cosmac.
Cosmax Commandos.
Cosmax
Commando!
No, they're not here. It's just me. There's not enough room in the ship for all the commandos to come along, so it's just me for this one.
Disturbed that my catchphrases are now all on the soundboard because I feel like you could do show and Peas doesn't even have to fucking be there, and it doesn't.
That was
Are
exactly
you going to use it as an
reasoning behind the
excuse now?
creation
Oh,
of
I
the
don't
equipment.
have to show up. They have a soundboard.
Has my agent Scoops approved this?
Well, it's funny, I hear
appropriation
from
of my
Scoops even
persona.
less than I hear from you. And whenever
Hey, I tried to
whenever we
call
speak,
you.
it doesn't
I tried
seem.
to call you, and then you're like, I have band practice.
I have band practice. I got things to do. I got an envoy of space
I
communists
hear you,
that are at my.
fucking
I'm sorry.
USS
I seem to
Frigate.
be at their beck and call. Beck and call. Is that a band, Beck and Call? What about
Find out.
Beck and McCalls?
It is now. Do we still do that?
Do
Is
what?
it a band?
Yeah, do we still do? Is it a band?
Heck yeah!
Yeah, it's kind of like it's an old seafaring tradition. You can't do without it. Every time that the squid come over on the side and they just start latching on to you, that
a
was
lot
the
of people
time to
don't
play.
know this, but-
Is it a band? Squid on the
But
leg.
Right before Fid left the show, he said privately to me that Peas, you should have all my victories because they were all inspired by you. So technically, in his default status, I am the champion of Is It a Band right now.
And how does that feel?
Well, it feels good. It feels good to walk on the bones of my dead compatriot and rush to the hilt of victory. and be one of the 300 Spartans that hold the pass in
They
this
weren't
figurative.
300.
No,
They're only
it
like
was
291 or something. But
Yeah, they
Right,
were
'cause some of the
they were
guys,
they
they
were
rounded up 'cause it
a
sounded
few
good.
Grecians short of a diner, if you know what I'm saying.
And there's always
You
that
know
one
what
guy
I'm
who's always
saying.
in the bathroom. There's just always in the bathroom. There's another guy. Here, I'll polish your guys' shorts so they'll be all nice when you get back from the battle.
Oh yeah, professional
It's,
sword polisher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put that on a resume, you know.
I wonder if you could get.
I worked
a
for the
job
big
at a
blacksmith.
RenFair. At a RenFair, that would probably fly on a resume for that.
Yeah, big
Sword
blacksmith,
polisher.
sword
Would you
polisher.
have to be a wench? Would you have to be a wench to put that on your resume?
Well, I mean, is it? You would still have to hold them to like any kind of like sexual standards of the time, right? I mean, it's role
Of the
play, it's
time.
committance,
Of the time.
it's committance. So of course, like any woman that shows up, you should just be able to tell her what to do, and that's it. That's it.
So it seems like RenFairs are like a super great place for incels to hang.
Yeah,
out.
white slavery. That's what it is. A RenFair is a breeding
John
ground
Kay.
for
gonna
white
get
slavery.
I'm gonna get my big neckbeard ass out of my mom's basement and go to the RenFair so I can tell the wench to bring me a turkey leg and a beer.
Yeah, that'll make me
My
feel
life
like a
will be
real man.
It will, because my Fedora will have the tweakiest little feather.
Oh, are you going to buy like a suit of armor and put the Fedora on top of the big steel head cage?
Obviously, you are not hip to what time frame.
Can I get some
RenFairs
chainmail
take
with my
place in,
Fedora?
because it would be chainmail, not plate mail. Because chainmail,
But
is
plate
much
mail
more
is sturdier.
accessible to
You
the common-
put the
No,
chainmail
but
under the
it
plate
wasn't
mail.
readily available to the masses, and it's not even in the
Yeah,
correct
it's a
time
sign. It's a
period.
sign of
It's
wealth,
not even the correct
Peas.
time
I can
period.
afford to protect
Yeah,
myself.
we didn't even have plate armor then. It's ridiculous, dude. The premise is stupid.
It was a pro armor state.
USS frigate.
People were taking off on horses with knives. That was the future. What?
Can we do this thing because we're doing space and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, you know, in Star Trek when like they make the ship go really fast one way or the other, and they all got to lean to the side. How do you think we could do that on radio?
Well,
To-
in
to
space, you don't have to
Radio
lean.
lead.
Yeah.
Like,
So
how
we're
can we
kind of
all,
already
like,
doing
oh my God,
it.
asteroid! Everybody, it's
This
to the
show
right
has
of us,
been
so
leaning
we
on
all
anything
be left.
it can find,
How can
any
we pull that
support,
off?
shoddy
Come on,
or
Doc Fox,
sturdy.
give us some sci-fi sound effects.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Here we go.
Sci-fi sound effects. So
Yeah.
we got Hold on, we'll just crank that back up.
this is
Which
such-
one was this
this
one? There's your enveloping for you.
That's
Ship's
me.
computers
That's
on the
me.
blink.
Yeah. So
that doesn't. No, I was looking for
RoboPeas.
more.
all right,
like
Peas. So yeah, hang on to the. You just hang on to your cord.
See it on radio.
We're out of here. Well, we got a selection of Muzaks for you tonight. As we get further away from planet Earth, we'll actually be listening to songs that should be out in space about this time. And of course, this will be what do we got here? What do we got here? All right,
We
all
will
right.
boldly
It's the
show
future. That's why there's
where no
paper.
show
That's why I'm
has
using
showed
paper, because we're in space and it's the future. I used a
Right.
pen. I wrote this down with a pen.
Was it a space pen?
Oddly enough, it was a ballpoint Bic.
Scoop says.
Wow.
But you can
Use
use that in
pencil.
microgravity.
Scoop says, "Why make space pen? Use pencil."
Well, everybody's favorite pencil-necked moron, Elon Musk, shot a car into space, and it was transmitting
Did he
to
really?
David Bowie. Not really. Earth is flat, and we know
That
that.
was
You can
no
look
car.
down at it right now,
Yeah,
out your
right.
port view
Yeah,
window,
right.
and see that the
That's
Earth
no
is flat.
car. That's a orbiting space laser disguised as a car.
All right, well, the
I
space
saw
laser
a
has been emitting
revamped heavy
David
metal
Bowie songs
intro.
until whatever happened. And
Of
the
some
space
car, but
laser
I
was
didn't
putting
see a
out the
space
songs.
car.
What was it here? Life on Mars and Space Oddity. So between those transmissions that we're going to pick,
That's
it's
by the Kinks, right?
we're going to play, yes, exactly. We're going to play Life on Mars by the
Kinks
Kinks
are so
from the
awesome.
21st Century Man album. You're listening to Time for the Show.
23rd century, man.
I know.
And a half.
Argus, he like swung it all back into a big circle. He's professional radio all the way around.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mommy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen.
Time for the show. Dear friends, yes, that was the Kinks with Life on Mars, which was broadcast just a mere 7. Oh, no. Yeah, I got to check the paper. Let's see, but I have to come the year, and I got the year. Oh, yeah, 1 light year ago. So we're moving along. We're catching up. We got more stuff. So I guess it's time for my favorite part of the show, because you can't go into deep space without finding time to turn a blind eye. So we're going to turn some blind eyes in space.
I thought for sure that we would be done with this.
Why is that?
I don't know. I feel it should be filled in with more like Peas-esque activities.
All right.
So
you want a new game? You want a new game? All right. Well, okay, Peas. What game did you want to play? No, really. Because
Who's your blind eye, Peas?
Yeah.
My blind eye. Oh man.
Because I had one. I don't know if you had one. I imagine
blind
that
eye strikes to the deepest, darkest, baddest part of every human being. And it resides
the kidneys?
in each and every one of us.
Evil is stored in the kidneys.
My blind eye reaches inside your soul and finds that dark piece of nasty coal sludge oil and says, yes, you too could be part of this blind eye. And we'll tell you that blind eye as soon as we listen to what Argus Fox has to say about his blind eye.
I don't know. You worked it up so high. I feel like we should just go to a song after something like that. You're just cutting away.
That's why we got to tease it. So I teased it with your blind eye.
Okay. All right.
So
well, I've got a blind eye that's been stewing. I've got something that's just been down in the lower bile of my system. An infested block of just, intestinal flora. This parasitic leech that has just been draining all consciousness and life from me bit by bit. And, I'd like to tell you about it right after Who's Your Blind Eye, Peas?
Well, my blind eye involves such a dark and terrible tale of humanity and its nasty undercore that it resides in every single last one of us.
Haven't come up with it yet, have you?
I can only
It's like some
say...
Heart of Darkness kind of...
Yeah, are you writing like an anime or something? Is this where like the 14-year-old girl takes control of the robot
until
and then
He's
starts
the
having
secret star of the new live-action Akira.
He is the one called Sailor Peas. He is the one.
Blind eye. What is
Sailor Peas.
My blind eye.
Yeah, you have a blind eye while we're in space.
If you can lead us from
Space
the darkness that just discussing my blind eye.
Earlier this week, I turned a blind eye to people who call flying saucers UFOs.
Ooh, yeah, that's
because
a harsh one.
If you've identified it as a flying saucer, it's not a UFO
then it's
anymore
not a
because
UFO.
it stands for unidentified
grammar logic.
Flying object.
Yeah.
Grammar logic.
That's a good
Some
one.
complicated stuff there, just, being
I know,
literal
Peas.
in the sense of anything.
So who's
Which
your
I try
blind
not
eye,
to.
Peas?
The darkest souls of hell speak out for me to keep my blind eye to myself and that humanity's not exposed to its own soft underbelly of weakness. And yet it's so good. What is it? To tell my blind eye after we hear from Argus Fox's blind eye.
I did mine already.
No, you didn't. You passed it off to me back, and then
I gave my blind eye. Cosmac did his.
I think we might be sensing some ripples.
Anomalies. CCS frigate. This is outside of, jurisdiction. We're not.
Check the computer again.
Yeah. We're a commercial charter ship. So it's my rights. The flag on the back with my face on it means this is mine. I don't know why we have to put flags on the back of ships in space, though. Seems a little harsh.
Tradition.
The drag on them, man, really pulling us down. I guess so.
Do we have like a little wire so that the flag looks like it's getting blown behind us, or does it just drape along the pole and there's no? It could be. Well,
seeing that we're actually just inside of a big soundstage anyway.
Soft hydraulically activated mesh that's like a soft robot that makes it appear to wave in the breeze.
Yes, a precise
feels my
wave.
Question. He feels my question. He knows where I'm coming from. He knows.
Don't tell me you're turning a blind eye to flags on non-atmospheric bodies.
My blind eye. Are you both ready? Are you sitting down?
I'm strapped in, man.
I'm prepared for whatever dark revelations you may have for us, Peas.
My blind eye is.
I'm so ready, Peas. I'm so ready to hear
whip it out.
Anybody,
just waiting for it.
Thinks that movie,
Bring It On,
Velvet, is so awesome. It might have been awesome like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whenever they made it, but now I watched that after taking some problems just last night. And that movie, what the fuck is the matter with David Lynch?
On a work night.
Where to begin? You're turning a blind eye only to Blue Velvet, not to David Lynch.
Yeah.
This is why I said, because everybody at some point in time has this really fond memory of some David Lynch film, and I suggest go watch that film again and see what a shit pile it is. And wonder, what the fuck did I like about this film to begin with? What the fuck was the matter with me? And I know that will strike a dark chord in every human being that's watched any film whatsoever by Mr. David Lynch. And that is a huge swath of the population because they think he's hip and he's cool.
Yeah, but Peas,
he's got that.
I used to dislike that hair, but then I watched that again, and then I liked
that
it.
Big
so
load of human hair.
Hold up.
Yeah, you're just bitter. You're just bitter, Peas.
Shut up! This is the best blind eye ever. It's the best post-fid blind eye that's been spoken.
David Lynch fans?
Yeah, David Lynch fans.
Yep. Take that. Top that, Argus Fox.
Oh, mine could top that. I'll do another one.
What?
But I'll totally bank on my blind eye of the moon.
The moon.
Because I've been sick and fed up of the moon. First off, it's not real. Second, it is just a standing testament that, anything can be cool if it can stand, an asteroid or a meteor slapping into it a couple of times.
Duh.
Like, check it out. I'm mighty. I am a monolith. No air on the moon. So just bullshit completely. No water on the moon. That's bullshit too.
Oh, no. Excuse me. I stand
tides. Who needs tides, right?
Fact.
Yeah, we can predict stuff on our own.
We don't need help. Solid form.
We don't need help
at its poles. We've already discovered
fake news.
And so much water that we can actually extrapolate hydrogen and oxygen from it to make a landing base to go to Mars, and then
the moon is made of brown cheese, Peas.
And then the stars.
German cheese.
Yeah.
You guys
we all know that the moon didn't exist before 1944.
Why are you talking about it?
There are no pictures of the moon.
I've seen the pictures from the Apollo program.
Oh my god.
They come
Tell
up
me
with
it doesn't look exactly like a piece of cheese.
It's exactly what they want
monochromatic,
you to think. Those
good.
I've seen the undoctored documents.
You haven't seen the real moon landing film because the Nazis are there to welcome us. We're all friends now on the moon.
On the moon, not here. We haven't evolved to moon status
Nazis, communists, Americans, even the French. We're all got our little moon bases, and we're all like they have like a big.
But they're on the inside.
like every 2.5 months, lunar months, they have a little dance, and all the people get together and dance, and it's all for science. It's really beautiful if you think about
Dancing on the moon.
it. Yep, dancing on the moon. The Nazis are dancing with the communists and the white supremacists. And there's even a Jewish base, and the Nazis are like, okay, you guys made it, sure, you can stay.
Yeah, all you have to do is get there.
The moon, right. Once you get to the moon, it doesn't matter.
Again, it's
who
bullshit,
you are.
because nobody's going to, like,
Getting
own
to
it.
the moon is the equalizer of mankind. If you want your people, like I want the Irish people to be recognized, then one of us has to make it to the moon.
I don't know.
And
I'm
then
sure
we're
you
in
could
the
probably
Moon
find
Club.
a McHenry out there that you could probably...
Michael Collins,
Yeah,
Irish.
No.
yeah, just kick him in the gut
Listen,
and light a match.
think that
And there
the
should be enough
Germans-
alcohol in his
the
blood to
Germans and
propel
the
him to
Americans
the
are going to
moon.
let any Italians or Irish people on the moon? What are you, an
That's
idiot?
drinking stereotypes about the Irish
What are
with
you,
Dr.
idiot?
Fox again this week.
Oh my God! We don't. It's like you don't even science, dude.
Science is also fake. Fake and a little gay.
Yeah, there's no water on the moon, Peas. What are you talking about?
They
That's all
say there
frozen
is-
alcohol,
there-
man.
No, dude. Well, that would be even better. That
The moon is
bees
full
would
of
be
booze.
there.
The
Bees would be
Europeans
there
will-
in like 2 minutes.
Will unite underneath the shell. Because
Dude,
you have
we
to get
can't
through the
let
shell.
European-
And once you get
can't let
inside,
Europeans on the moon.
the moon,
Listen,
it's filled
You-
with like a peanut butter cheese mix.
you cannot let
It's got, like, the
Europeans
sliced
on the moon.
almonds
They're gonna
mixed
show up
in
there
with it.
them
Well, that's the
skinny
first
jeans.
layer, and then after that, you get into the part that's made of like astroturf.
The conspiracy
and
lies in that, astronauts take with them everything that they need to
a
survive.
fleshy layer of meat,
A suit, some air, and
the
a
quivering
cracker.
and meaty heart of the moon,
A cracker.
beating like a
what other
giant
If you're
kind of
from
space-
Vienna, you're allotted
what
to take
other
like
kind
a
of
can of
space
sausages
station-
from you, like the Austrian space program, aka we know who they are.
Music do you have queued up, Dr. Fox?
I got more space themed music.
Is
Somebody
it
was
space
stirring
themed?
up all kinds of rabble rousing over in the chatter cube, going like,
Fuckers.
"Why didn't we play this song? Or why not play this song?"
Yeah.
These are songs
Well,
that
you
have
know
been
what?
transmitted
Mickey,
from space.
Get your own show and play that song, you
Yeah,
asshole.
pick yours. But the next one comes from Mars.
This is our show.
We got a
Collectively.
Mars song.
What is it about?
Oh man, it's
Is
about
this live from Mars?
So at one point, this was live from Mars, and at this point,
From what?
By The Cure, right? The Cure made this song.
2012. This is a song that was transmitted from the Curiosity rover on August 28th, 2012, making it the first successful broadcast from another planet. So about 7 light years
Static
about
is an added benefit.
from
You will
Mars at
enjoy
this
the
point.
static and stops and starts in this show.
But yes, the David Bowie songs are being broadcast
So
over
we're just a
camera.
bit past Alpha Centauri, right?
We're getting there. I see our first. What was I had like a chart here, like a chart of the stars.
Star
Zeta
chart?
Reticuli.
No. Let's see here. Laser guided, mega nuclear, rocket powered death bombs,
I had one of those at
Chud
Denny's,
Knuckler
and if I
prevention
connected
system.
all the stars together, it showed me
Oh,
out
here's
of the way.
notes on
nebula.
war. I didn't even know that. See, we're heading. Alpha Centauri and Sirius are going to be the two main stars.
Oh,
we're
I
headed
used their
towards.
radio service. That's a great station.
Yeah, it's great that there's that planet Howard Stern has made it into the 23rd century. And so has this song by
I hear it's a real dog-eat-dog world there.
That's a long lead into the song,
Earth
but here he
musician
goes.
Will I Am, who I've never heard of, and his song "Reach
He's a black-eyed pea.
for the
Didn't he
Stars."
invent the smart cuff?
He's a black-eyed pea, I think.
He's a real technology go-getter.
All
He's a
right,
black
so
guy.
yeah,
Silicon Valley darling.
this got blasted off of another planet a few years ago, and now that it's tortured aliens, it can torture you. You're listening to Time for the Show. We'll be right back.
Good lead-in, Argus, man. That was like
Thank you,
really
Bees. I
professional.
appreciate that.
Nicely done.
Time for the show. Cruising right along. This is the, you can blame NASA for those problems.
Peas, you have a weak signal?
What's going on, Peas? You still there? You dragging behind, buddy?
He's still dangling out the back of the ship.
Yeah, we seem to be losing communication with him. People were saying that we can't hear Peas, so I'm checking. And what do you know?
Remember to replace the coupling on the tether for the EVA suit?
Replace. Let's see. I
think
got
we had
one.
to put some new screws in there or something.
Well, we should. I think we have a. We got a winch. We'll slow down. We got a little ways to go.
Well, we got the harpoon if we have to.
Yeah, we'll meet up with him at the next rest stop. We got to pull over, and I got to get some pork rinds or whatever the hell they are.
No, I'm not a big fan of the pork rinds.
Yeah, you are kind of just weak in the knees there, Peas. What's going on?
Know, because,
boost up your transmitter power there.
I'm still being drugged by
What's your
the
status,
ship.
Peas?
Forget. I'm still being drugged by the ship, guys. When you gonna pull me in?
Well, we're working on a winch system, but we all the house systems right now are dedicated to the sole functions of the ship, which are primarily
God.
We
keeping
can't
the
stop
cash
till we
bar
get to
running.
Albemuth, Peas.
And I don't know. They throw something on the engines. They throw it on. I don't know. It just kind of burns. But man, is it fun to watch? All the colors. It's fun to smell too. So definitely head down if you got a few extra minutes on the tour. The microgravity signs are lit. You may move freely about the cabin.
Are we still able to send out stickers and special prizes to our Patreons and all that stuff while we're on the USS Frigate? Or I'm not so much on it. It's being drugged behind it.
Home automation systems at this point.
It's all distributed through the orbital.
I didn't have anything to do anymore, so I just drove a spaceship. That's what I decided. Didn't have to sit around the mailbox like everybody else.
You're like Jesus. You do a lot for everyone.
Jesus didn't do too much for everyone. He did a lot for a few people.
Gave them fishes.
To a group of people once.
And loaves.
If that was... okay, well, if he was handing out...
I heard those loaves were pretty dry.
And then this other time, he
Underrated.
gave a bunch of people some wine.
Like, what's Jesus' Yelp rating?
I don't know.
Well, before you start comparing them to somebody, maybe you should check and see if they have an established business behind them.
I feel like one of our Patreons should be able to look that up for us and say, "Oh, Jesus' Yelp thing is
if there's one thing that we do, it's
2 stars.
definitely tell people that pitch into the show to do more work for us."
Right.
That is definitely the trademark aspect of the show. If you want to help make this show happen, just pay for it.
Wasn't it instrumental in
you
being
will
able to develop posters and stickers and sending them out to all those wonderful... I mean, there was thousands. It took you like 8 months, right? Just 8 hours a day putting them posters in, because there's so many Patreon users, you see. That's what I'm getting at.
There's a good chunk of them.
There's a lot, right?
Yeah, and there's some that should be getting their stuff this week because we had to go get more tubes and fill up more posters.
We might have to change some of the descriptions of some of the Patreon levels, if you think about it.
Why is that?
Well, because some of them, Fid's on his spiritual walkabout, which we all condoned and said, "Go find vodka and oxtails, Fid. Be one with the universe." But
I hear he went on EVA without a suit.
But on the same token, out here in space, that if someone wires us via the emails and electron nuclear science data transmissions, then how will Fid be able to predict their fortunes or be able to do those kind of things? I'm thinking somebody's going to have to take on that role. Of the specific Patreon levels that Fid.
Oh, so you mean rewriting the descriptions for?
Yeah, that's kind of
you're talking about reworking.
You want to be professional, don't you?
Already had to start doing some stuff, but that's stuff.
What stuff?
We'll talk about that on another show.
Another show. Oh well, next week's show.
Maybe a post show sometime.
A post show next week's show.
Well, it's time for everybody's favorite space drinking game and my favorite part of the show.
Is it a band?
It is. Yes.
Now remember,
is it a band?
Remember, it's already been established through canon that I have taken on all of Fid's wins. So that makes me Jeopardy champion, like that guy from Las Vegas.
And you can have. There you go. And you can rest on your laurels that you earned the Peas. It's almost getting like a point for all the shows that you missed.
I gotta tell you.
Yeah, we just. In fact, there were times that you weren't here, and I think other people played for you, and you still got
points.
Those
points too.
I think you already did.
People don't understand that.
So you could,
that's like
yeah, you get all these bonus points.
Laurels
you get the lead.
Really, really comfortable. To
and then you'll have to.
I would make a whole nest of laurels if I could.
You know, just win by just get 1 point, just get one win this year, and you'll have earned it. So I accept your nomination of the Head Start. Peas.
It's times like this I'm glad I'm not on the.
On the what?
I'm on the USS Frigate. I'm being dragged behind.
You're not on it. You're behind it.
Right. On my tether.
You're attached to it.
Yeah. You are a part of the family.
How is the winch system that you guys are working on? How is that coming to get me into the ship? You talked about it earlier in the show.
I'll tell you what, for every point you get on the game, we'll pull you in like one MU closer.
No.
So metric unit.
Do we have any guest contestants?
So what you're saying is the winch is already active and in place, but you're just not pulling me in. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, there's always robots that are wandering around over here. And
Robo Joe.
You could see check over. You guys want to change?
Are we gonna have Peas versus RoboPeas?
No.
Is it a band?
See, that's the one thing I don't know if our soundboard programmer included. We're just
there is an affirmative and a negative response.
Oh yeah, multiple negatives at that.
Peas, can you hear me? It is Scoops on Alpha 16 emergency channel. Scoops, is that you? Yes, Peas, it is I. I am on ship. I have control.
Me? Are we doing a show?
I will winch you into ship now. Piggly Wiggly. Scoops, you are the best look at that part of the He's whole cool. Show. You know that, Scoops? You're going to be surprised. You are the glue, Scoops. Thank you,
I'm very honored to be part of the show.
We will switch to Alpha 17 emergency channel.
Yeah, that makes it sound more Slavic, you see.
Oh, man, I'm going to be... yeah, so fuck you guys, whatever. With your winch system, I'm sure I'll be fine.
All right.
I'm sure I'll be fine. You couldn't hear anything I was saying.
Roll down a window and toss them a can of Coke.
We can lock down the access
we can just
codes
sell
and
like
activate
cool
the
footage
robot
and
arm.
make a commercial out of
it. I like just like not look at any sensor panels or alerts that come up. In space, a lot of things can happen and they're false positives, and you don't want to get bothered with all that. Hey, what's this thing? What's that thing? So
that is what it's time for. Is it a thing? All right, Dr. Cosmac.
Is it a thing? Can you explain the rules, Dr. Fox?
All right, so
show?
Dr. Cosmac is going to give us the name of a thing that's probably or probably not going to be also a band name. And so if it's a thing, bonus point in the metaverse. But if it's a band, you get a real world point. And let's crank these out and see what we got. Come on.
If Peas gets enough points, we'll be able to reel him into the ship and maybe thaw him out a little bit.
And if he loses, again, start chucking.
He's still
cans
attached.
Of Coke out the back.
The duct tape seems to be holding for now.
We got some zip ties, I think.
All right. So our contestants this week are Dr. Fox.
That's me. I'm Dr. Fox.
Reverend Peas.
Peas, if you can hear me, I'm slowly winching. They will not
and I guess RoboPeas, perhaps.
RoboPeas? What's a
RoboPeas?
It's a bullshit!
Yeah. Okay, RoboPeas is in the game. All right.
That's racist.
Oh,
That's out of control. You know what? And first of all, did Reverend 80 give you permission to use his soundboard?
No.
This man.
No. Now with more peas.
All right, round one.
all right, Dr.
Ouch.
Our first band name
Oh, come on.
is...
I'm gonna get this.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it this time. I
do we
swear
want
to
to
God,
call
I'm
in
gonna get
a
it.
Reverend Caller?
No,
Is Reverend Caller gonna join
the
the
game is going
last
to take an
minute
hour
entry?
and 45 minutes if you call Reverend Caller
I
in.
still haven't named the first band, so
Take
We
him
could get him
30
in
minutes
here.
to say hello.
we can open up the airlock and let him dock.
Oh, God.
Is he coming in?
Is this thing on?
Oh, fuck.
Is this on?
God damn it.
Wait,
You're
check
live.
1 2. Check.
You're
please.
live on the Hypercom.
Check.
Oh, it's so good to hear from
Check.
you.
So Caller will
let
be
me get
doing the
let me get 2
Yeah,
cheese sandwiches and the check, please.
I'm supporting communism.
So we can
One,
replicate
two,
some cheese sandwiches for you.
check.
Just
Oh, Smack!
punch it into the
Come on,
replicator.
1 2 1
Everybody
2
was wondering
cheese
where you
sandwiches and the check.
Yeah,
Please.
everybody. All the people were wondering where Caller 23.
All right, round one. What do you got?
Round 1, Dr. Fox.
Yes.
Hobosexual.
Homosexual. I feel like we've had this one already.
Did we? Okay,
I
forget
don't-
it then.
All right, if you got another one.
It does kind of sound familiar.
All right.
Sounds like one of mine.
Was it one of yours?
Maybe.
Okay.
Who has records on this?
Scalpod's already checking. Remember,
Scalpod
delay.
is me.
Cosmic delay of like 2 minutes. But yeah, go ahead and go on to the next one, and we'll see what Scalpod says.
I'm so
All right.
drunk I can't even see my screen.
Arctic Shrivel.
Daggum. Okay, we haven't done that one.
Yeah.
Arctic Shrivel.
What do you think, Argus Ski Fox?
Shrivel. I imagine most kids couldn't spell shrivel. I do see it. It would look good in that punk font on a T-shirt, just kind of scratched in, or just clawed into a head backwards with like a dull pencil. All right, let's see here.
You're violent.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a band. Arctic Shrivel.
Peas. The winch is stuck.
Hold on, I
do
gotta lock
not
it
know
in.
what to do. I do not know what to do, Peas.
Locked
It's
in
locked in.
as
Locked
a
it
negative
in.
response
It's
from
locked
Dr.
in.
Fox.
I think
Peas.
you're talking during. I think you're talking during the time. Is it a band name? Scoops. You gotta chill. Try some of that Matt Fergus Jr. Bob Dobbs soap, and I think that might loosen the winch up to make it soap-tastic. What is it? It's Arctic.
I think his
Shrivel?
oxygen's running out.
Arctic Shrivel.
Arctic Shrivel. You know, I'm going to say that's not a band. It's not very clever, and I think if it was a band, it's a sad, sad band.
Well, if it's a band, I get a point.
Okay, lock it in.
Okay, that was a. All right, Peas is locked
That's
in.
a no.
Was that a no?
Yeah, that's
That was
locked
a
in as a
negative
no.
response. Okay,
That's a no.
RoboPeas.
Yep.
That's a no. Okay.
What does the computers have to say? What is the probability analysis from the machine?
If you're really, really twisted, it almost kind of, sort of, but not really looks like you wrote the word Allah in Arabic in robot letter fonts.
Okay, but is it a band?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a positive response.
That is awful. Fuck them shit, dude. Fuck all you people.
You're just worried that Robo Joe's going to
Interesting
beat
that
you.
the RoboPeas gave the
RoboPeas.
opposite answer to the
Yeah,
real.
Joe Rogan hasn't even showed up yet. Do we want to
Oh,
get him in
no.
on round 2?
Robo Joe.
Perhaps.
This is
Reverend
some
Caller
bullshit.
23.
This is some bullshit. That's all I
Arctic
got.
Shrivel. Is it a band?
Arctic Shrivel.
Arctic Shrivel.
No.
Is that a confirmed no?
That's a
You're even
confirmed no.
quiet.
Locked in.
It takes you a long
Negative
time to
response.
be
In.
quiet. Oh my god. You don't say anything and it takes a long time. Oh my god. Fuck.
Here we are at the end of round 1.
Really one.
Fox
Wow.
and RoboPeas say it's a band. Peas and Caller 23 say it isn't. Arctic Shrivel, not a band.
Oh.
Woohoo! Fuck you, RoboPeas.
So it's come in that
The real
the
deal. Prepare yourselves.
This means that Peas and Collar are tied with 1 point each. It's come in that the original Hobosexual has not been played before, so we are going to go with that for round 2.
Yeah.
Hobosexual, Dr. Fox.
Oh, man. Yes. Definitely. It's funny. If somebody else came up with that, if I didn't come up with that, I'm totes jelly, bro. That is my next band name.
Like you jelly of that person's role.
Total gels, bruh. I'm gonna say yes.
Call
it's a
him
band.
Morton.
It's a band.
Okay, locked in as a positive response. Peas?
You know, I wanna.
Yeah. What do you wanna?
I wanna honor
Hobosexual.
As a truly, I want to honor my friend Fid and vote against Argus, but I have to agree that it is a band, so I'm going to go yes and lock it in. But I want people to know my heart was in the right place in this band. But logic dictated I could not follow that path.
So that's a yes.
That is a yes.
Okay, let's lock that in.
Double yes.
RoboPeas.
Peace, the soap is working beautifully. You are coming in at 3 inches per hour. He put a roofie in my drink one time.
Uh-oh.
My blind eyes. Is that nitrous freight train kicking your ass yet?
All right.
That's a good one.
So is it actually a band?
Is it a band?
Yeah.
Okay, agreement now between the... Wow, okay. Agreement between Robot Peas and the real Peas on this one. Caller 23.
Oh, God, the horror!
Dissent? Hobosexual.
Oh, wow. It's...
Oh, my God.
Wow. Not a band.
If you're really twisted, it almost kind of, sort of, but not really looks like you wrote the word Allah in Arabic in robot letter fonts.
What's that sound?
Thank you,
Caller
RoboPeas.
23, did I hear you
It's
say
locked
it
in.
was
He's
not a
locked
band?
in.
Yeah, he locked it in. That is a negative.
Okay, well,
I think it
now
is
with
not a
all
band.
the responses locked in, I can reveal Hobosexual is, of course, a band.
Yeah!
Meaning that Peas is in the lead with the other contestants trailing with a single point each.
Oh, wow. So, yeah,
That's
Peas,
exciting.
you're riding the threshold of earning yourself a spot.
Oh,
Look
I've
at
already, dude, I think I've already sewed up the season with all
right,
my
well, I've got
proxy.
the winch. So,
Is it crank? Are we bringing him in?
all right, well,
Is he
we'll see
coming
how
in
he
through that?
does.
You guys don't worry about that.
Got a bottle of Tilladoon
Don't look at the winch.
Moon whiskey.
Stuff it all.
Right
Don't
here
look at
for
that meter or anything.
Rocket fuel. Hobosexual. God damn, that's fucking
I'll be
brilliant.
fine. Oops.
Okay, let's do round 3.
On to round 3.
Make it happen.
I like
Peas,
the
remember,
fight,
if
though.
you get this one correct...
by the way, was
Correct.
the previous band Arctic Shrivel? Who came up with that one?
Arctic Shrivel was a submission from our Patreonia Reverend Fnord.
Ah, thank you.
She's so
Reverend Ford.
funny and clever. She's my friend.
Timefortheshow.com. Okay,
Time for the show.
round. It's the round 3 bell. It's the sudden death bell. Sudden death.
Round 3, Alien Rape Sensation.
Sweet Christ on a 10 speed. You know, okay. It needs to have a Bandcamp page, right? Is that like our minimum criteria?
It
Just
must have
anywhere on
some
the
kind
internet.
of some
No
kind of presence
questions
and
can
research
be asked.
associated.
Answer the query.
Oh,
is
my
it a
God.
band or
No,
is it
in order to
not?
find
Well,
it
ought
the
to be.
research that is done is yes, mostly on the internet. Therefore, if it has an internet presence,
The next
it
town
generally-
over has a band, Intergalactic Space Pussy. So Alien Rape Sensation already sounds like it's like two guys and a drum pad on Bandcamp. Oh man, that's fucking rough. Oh
Like Ween?
man, I'm
So it's
gonna
like
say,
Ween, right, dude? It's like Ween.
I'm gonna say no. It's not a band. I locked it in. It's no.
Negatory.
Okay, locked in. Dr. Fox with a negative response. Peas?
It's not a band, and I'll tell you why. Because you can't use the word rape in a band to get any kind of money or cover charge or any of that kind of stuff. Because you're triggering too many people. So, no, it's not a band.
Okay.
No.
Peas making a logical argument.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, RoboPeas.
I know a little things about fruit punch, I can tell you. I thought that joke would be funnier. This show needs to be organic. The hypercube.com URL transfer receiver.
What's that URL again?
Max Commando!
Reverend Davey would be
I'm
really
having a
happy to know
blast.
that his
There's
wonderful
no
robot
is
being
there?
abused.
You can't find a no there. You have yes and all that other shit, but
They're not
you
even
haven't
doing
done
all the math. Maybe in Florida you do those kind of gauche things. Oh, me? Are we doing a show?
Look how hard he's trying to
start
fit
out.
in.
Yeah,
Looks
but
like
here's
his
the
catalog
thing.
company,
Look
right?
how
hard he's trying to fit
but
in.
the thing about it is,
Skywalker,
I think
Robo
it's
Peas.
funny.
I know a little things about with punch, I can tell you.
Maybe in Florida, eating spaghetti and drinking beer, and then you got talking.
Somebody shut it down.
No.
No, I think he said. What'd you say?
No.
RoboPeas.
Yeah.
Oh, he says yeah.
No.
Well, real Peas can't come in here and fake like he's RoboPeas.
No, that was RoboPeas pretending to be the
No,
real
we
Peas,
can hear
pretending to be
RoboPeas.
RoboPeas.
Why don't you tell us why we can't do it for 25 minutes, caller 23?
Would you give
Or at
me
least
26
six. At least 6 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, don't go over 6.
Don't go over 6. But like a hard 5:45.
This
Go.
is a thing, Reverend Caller. What was this one? Alien rape
I
sensation?
feel bad. I
Dr.
Is it a
Fox,
band?
could I reconfirm your answer, please?
hurt his feels.
I said no.
Okay.
And what did Peace say? Oh yeah, Peace said.
Yeah.
Peas said no.
He said yeah.
He said no,
Yeah.
too. I said no. And
What would
RoboPeas
RoboPeas say?
No, he said
RoboPeas said no. Yeah.
Okay. Caller 23. Alien rape sensation.
Wait, are you
.com.
sure that you have all of these answers worked out? Because after listening to it 3 times,
Here we
I'm
go.
still confused as to where everybody stands. I know
5:30.
Dr. Fox is a
Don't worry, we
no,
don't make mistakes.
but Peas
Check.
and RoboPeas are
5:15.
hard to tell the difference between.
Did you hear that? Leave peas alone.
All right.
Thank you, Peas.
4 minutes.
Or RoboPeas. I don't know who.
sounds like Peas to me.
Anyway,
3:45.
Caller 23.
I think your seconds are moving a little faster there, Peas. I think
You
you
shut
maybe
up. Don't
you're
judge.
forward
I
to
jumped a
start.
minute for comedian.
You're
jumped
hanging
a
out too far because you're already closer
my
to the star that
Oh,
we
me?
You're
Are we doing a
talking
show?
about.
My whole joke of it because I was jumping ahead to make it seem like you were really super long-winded when we know that you're really not.
I keep hearing.
Oh,
that's
that
what
was
makes
your
it
joke?
funny. Does anyone else hear a plate?
Yeah,
before?
no, dude. That's the show's
dude.
joke.
No,
Okay,
dude.
it's the show's joke, and we've built it into like the last 6 or 7 shows, so that you eventually get in this little sweet little spot of laughter because people are like, "Oh, he's going to teach the Reverend Caller 23 about fucking being long-winded," and then you're fucking it up when you don't even know the rule of fucking threes or repetition. God damn it, man!
Hey,
Fucking
You
professional.
know,
laugh.
running gag
Peas.
is a sign
Peas.
of weak humor.
Peas.
God damn it.
Peas.
What?
Who's your blind
What?
eye?
Who's your blind eye,
Who's
Peas?
your blind eye?
Oh my God, my blind eye goes to the depths of mankind's soul. It looks into its eyes as it dies. I can't even speak it. I can't even speak of it.
All right, Reverend
Caller 23, are you still with us?
I'm still with you. Who? Okay,
2 minutes,
Dr. Fox
15
said
seconds.
no.
I said no.
RoboPeas said no.
2:20.
RoboPeas said yes.
1 minute 45 seconds.
RoboPeas said yes?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Check your answers.
No.
Because I'm still confused.
He said no. God damn it. No.
Wait, RoboPeas, how do you weigh in on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Caller 23. Let's move on. We can always abandon our non-human.
To defect, I'm going to have to say that I have a really long-winded explanation, but in short, yes, it's a band.
Caller 23 says it's a band.
Yes.
And caller 23 is wrong. Of course it's not a band.
Of course it's
for the
wrong.
reasons that he's mentioned.
Rape, man. You can't have rape in a band.
Well, this
in the
means that
millennial.
Peas, you have won the game this week.
What?
Peas won.
With Fox in second place and RoboPeas and Caller tied in third. Thank you all so much for playing.
Hey, Caller 23.
Can I get my money back?
You did almost as good
pay
as
to
somebody
win.
pushing
We're
buttons
not making
with
a
little
video game
phrases
here.
in my voice.
But we're working on it. You just pay us, you win. Every time.
So
what?
Like, is it time for a song or something? Because I'm.
Are you jonesing for that cigarette, bro?
Oh, I'm so drunk. I'm so drunk, dude. You're not even.
What? You guys want some more space music?
I'm so drunk.
We got space
drinking
music.
rum.
Well, have another
It's
drink to sober
Memorial
yourself up.
Day.
Yeah. Yes. Memorial Day.
Yeah, I know. We were all celebrating. We were all celebrating your death in service to the country as well today, Peas.
Yeah, I heard you died in a rocket crash.
22nd Combat Support Group, Strategic Air Command. That was Peas.
They play a lot of Stratego.
Shut up, dude.
Startego.
We played some Stratego.
Doesn't it bother you how...
No, not at all.
You played in Call of Duty, you're actually more of a veteran than your grandfather is.
No, my grandfather was a hard ass.
Like, you've been in
veteran,
way
man.
more wars than he has. Let's
My
see, you did Black
grandfather's
Ops, you did Black
World
Ops
War
2,
II.
you did the Call of Duty World War II.
Irish. Oh, okay, go ahead. I'll be back when you're done. Look how hard he's trying to fit in.
Oh man, this next song was taken on a cassette tape without the case for weight reasons.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
From the space station Mir in the year
USS Frigate.
1988. Here's 20th Century Man by the Kinks. You're listening to Time for the Show. When we come back, my favorite part of the show. Stay tuned.
These it is Scoops. They cannot hear me during the commercial transmissions.
Scoops is over on Salute 6.
They have somehow wrestled control of the winch servos from me.
You're listening to Time for the Show, a product of Hypercube Laboratories. Check us out at hypercubego.com. Timefortheshow.com is a subsidiary service of that glorious glowing cube in the sub-etherverse. And you can subscribe to the show at timefortheshow.com. We broadcast live every Monday on freethinkradio.com. Shout-outs to Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha for keeping that running. We are also supported by our friends on our Patreon page at patreon.com/hypercube. These people are going to get some weekly shout-outs. It's YB Dobbs, Dr. Cosmac, Reverend Couchslaw, Apostasy Extranord, Reverend Caller 23, Hazel of the Windmills, and Dr. Scalpon. And they're active with a lot of other people that are also in the Discord chat. And you can join and chat along, play games along with us, and see all the goofy memes that everyone's coming up with. Just go to timeforshow.com, click the Discord button.
Back behind the ship. We're almost pulling him in.
The show. Did you get him in? Is Peas here?
I think we're opening the hatch.
All right, Peas. Come on in and warm your tootsies.
Grab his...
Open the pod bay door, Hal.
Here, grab him. Quick.
Oh,
You got him. You got him.
You got him?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we got him. We got him.
Let's carabiner him to this
my
door
balls. Be careful, dude.
All right. Calm down now,
Peas?
Peas, there isn't a bathroom in this suit.
Is
you
it
know
is
that,
it
right?
safe? Are we airlocked so I can release my helmet?
Well, yeah, just go ahead.
There's
Unclip.
atmosphere. You're good.
Oh, okay.
God, it's
That's
smell.
disgusting.
Well, the air can't
Open the
go
door
anywhere.
back up.
No, stop.
Turn on the filters.
You know what they don't tell you about space? It's kind of cold.
Only a little bit, though. It's warmer. It's warmer in the sun by a few degrees. It's cooler in the shade in space.
Well, that's pretty much anywhere. Isn't
That's
it?
actually true. Just going to chime in here. That's actually true.
Oh, good. Science editor caller 23 for that.
You know, I'm not a mad scientist. I'm just a disappointed
aren't you?
scientist.
Oh, so
Disenfranchised.
So many terrible
You look around.
Yeah.
I look at all these. Now, here's
see
a
the
serious
things.
question for you. Asking
What's
for
that?
a friend, Peas. Serious question here. I had a
Okay.
friend who was asking. He was like, my friend was a disappointed scientist,
Right.
and
Sure.
so he had already built this doomsday machine. And so the idea of the machine is that it knocks the Earth out of its orbit.
Dude.
It just knocks the Earth out of its orbit.
Doomsday
and
machine.
so either you're
sells
going to
the
knock
message.
it.
We don't know how.
Well,
we don't give a shit how the Doomsday machine works.
No, it's not a
Everybody
Doomsday
knows that
machine.
Doomsday
The question
machine means it'll be a Doomsday fucking event. So just fucking move on with the
exactly.
story. For
So
God's
here's the
sakes.
question. So my friend's doomsday machine knocks the planet out of orbit.
Destroys the Earth.
Well,
'cause
there's
it's a
two
Doomsday
ways that
machine.
can go. Actually, you can knock it in towards the sun, or you can knock it away from the sun and make it freeze. So he was wondering,
sure.
should he knock the planet in towards the sun, where it will eventually spiral in and fall into the sun and burn up?
Yeah, but think of all
Or
the
should
cheap
he
solar
knock it
energy.
away out into the cold, icy depths of space,
I'd say-
where the planet will freeze and all of the...
Well, you got two pros already for either side. One pro. Into the sun. You can think about what's going to happen. It's going to go into that. It's going to probably end up torching a couple other planets and some major explosions.
Set the controls
So
for the
on a
heart of the
galactic
Listen
civilization
to me.
standpoint,
Before you say anything
you've
else to
actually
make
destroyed
yourself
like a
sound
solar
even more
system on top of
mundane
that. You
and
caused a great cosmic
of
shift
physics.
in this direction already.
He hasn't mentioned
However,
what the
if
time
you
continuum
knock
would
it out
be.
into space,
Because
then humanity
if he knocked me off
could
into
be
space,
discovered
how
later
long
on
will
if
it
doesn't
take?
completely
That's
get
exactly the point.
annihilated.
If you,
and someone
if you
else
knock it
can come
outward,
upon
DNA
all of the
may
frozen
Like, is it like,
skeletons.
It's
you
about,
gotta
is
take
the
1
DNA
million years
recoverable
to-
later? 10
Like,
million
how
years later.
long does it take?
We're gonna
if you
get
knock
like a
me
couple
outward?
100,000 people with Roman candles all to stand on one side of the planet and shoot them off, and that's gonna. Is that how this is gonna work? Or
This show's ridiculous.
That ought to do it.
yeah, I think 100,000 people maybe.
You know what?
the entire planet
can
stands
you
to be
guys
destroyed.
drag me behind the engine some more?
in just a few years relative to our travel now, because everyone's listening to this back in 2019, even though we're like way far in the future now. We're like,
yeah.
So far in the
we are
future
so
now, yeah.
far in the future. You want
6
you
or
look
7
back,
minutes
It's
at
all
least.
in the past, man. It's all in the past. But the world is
That's
going
what
to be
they tell me,
destroyed
AA.
for
Well,
them.
the really scary thing is not when you knock the Earth into an orbit closer or further away, but one that's like inclined relative to the others. That would be bad.
It gets pulled into
Because
other
then,
planets.
everybody gets dizzy when
These are things that stand to
the
happen.
right way.
That's right. You get
You think,
dizzy.
regardless of how that happened, Cosmac, would your Euro van continue to function in an appropriate manner in its space-like conditions of the new Earth?
Well, no, it won't work in
Sun?
space. I mean, there's no air, so it can't really burn its fuel. Unfortunately,
The Nazis would have thought of that, though.
No, they did. That's
it's
why
not
it's.
space
That's
rated.
why they're there. That's why they're on the moon, V's, is because
On
they
the
did
moon,
think about it.
dancing.
All they have to do is bring enough church air.
They're up there with Henry
Yeah,
Ford
one balloon
doing
will get you
square
across
dancing.
the fucking solar system.
Can you see the Nazis being square danced by
Right
Henry
out my
Ford?
window, I sure can.
He invented square dancing because he didn't like that jazz music the Mexicans and blacks were playing.
Yeah, and
And
that's
he thought that white people should have their own kind of dance that was fun, but boobs and stuff weren't touched during it.
Wait, is
And so
square
then it's
dancing like
square
the box
dancing.
step?
Dude, you have no idea the conspiracy of square dancing. Square dancing was unknown of in America until Henry Ford decided that, oh no, we need to have some kind of a white American folk heritage.
Oh,
And he
square dancing is
literally-
the one where they all organize into a
Literally-
swastika.
Yeah, literally
And march
invented
around
yeah,
the
it's
room.
just a bunch of boxes.
And because of
Just
his
a bunch of open ends on
wealth,
boxes.
was able to
That's where the
inject it
swastika
into
came
the
from. They were
school
missing the other
curriculum
16 people to
of
fill in the
schools
shape.
across
And they're
the
like, well, this
country
is as good as
throughout
we're going to
the
get,
30s
obviously.
and the
So
60s,
stick with that.
where everybody was
Stick with
mandated
that,
to
they
take
said.
a square dancing class, all based on Henry Ford's racism.
Henry Ford, the guy that invented the
The
Fordsmobile.
manufacturing production.
No,
line.
he's the guy that banged Dodge Brothers' sister and then figured out how to make a car because he is not very good at keeping secrets.
I'm fond of random Oldsmobile.
That's a good story, Peas.
It is, isn't it?
No, not really. I'm actually just saying that to.
He's just buttering
kill
you
some
up.
time.
He is.
Oh, fuck. Hey,
He
listen.
just wants attention from you. You
Don't
handsome.
start out like you just came from the strip club. You guys are going to have to use the soundboard for the piece for the rest of the show because something has come up on the thing.
Oh, come on.
No,
Just
Don't
kick
take
you
it
right back out
personally.
the airlock? Is that what we're going to do?
I think his exposure to space might have altered his brainwave patterns.
I kind of need to take this transmission from my daughter, so I have to go.
Oh, just patch her in.
Yeah.
Let me say hi. Let me wish her well on her wedding. Bring her on in. Get her on the Discord.
Hey,
Here, I'll
USS
call her. I
Frigate.
got the phone on the
USS
other
Frigate.
computer system. Give me her
This is
number.
Yeah.
Peas
Patch her
signing
in.
off and pre-apologizing for the show, even though it was probably the best show ever. That's Peas apologies. I gotta go. I'll see you guys in a week. I love you guys. Put me out the airlock.
He's crazy. No, don't let him. No, don't let him. Stop him. Someone.
No, he locked the door behind him.
Shit.
Only he knows
He's
the code.
pressurizing the chamber. Please put your helmet on. Oh no. Oh my god. God.
They never catch that part.
Oh god. I saw his eyes sucked out of his head.
Look at his little hat just floating there.
That little
Oh, God.
fedory. What does he call it?
His
Fedora.
His space fins Dora.
He went space mad and
His airfoil fin
flushed
Dora.
himself out the airlock.
Oh man, just tragic.
It's gravity sickness. Seen it a million times.
I've got it. And so did
Who
these-
hasn't?
So we'll take this opportunity to scrub the airlock. Back when we were faking
Gonna need
moon
some
landings, some astronauts were jacking off on the set of the moon, and one of them started singing a song, and the song's only like 20 or 30 seconds, but there's about 4 minutes of worthwhile transmissions included in here. So here are astronauts Schmidt and Cernan singing Walkin' on the Moon. You're listening to Time for the Show. We'll be right back. Get a bucket.
Okay. Which way to unlock those? Okay, you can pull it off. It's unlocked. It's unlocked. There it is. Usually stiff. Okay. Sorry about that, guys, but today may be the
battery covered.
And those were astronauts on the Hollow Moon soundstage back in 1972. So we're pushing just about 47 light years away from Earth. And only a few more. We're going to catch up with one more. And then we are going to park this sucker because we're not overshooting the trajectory here. We're going to ride this back. But boy, howdy and a half, do we have a closing transmission for you tonight. The moon is bullshit. I don't like it, not fond of it. I think we can do without it. But we've done plenty with it. Right now, there's a trail of satellites cranking its way across Earth's skies, supposedly so more people can put their data on Facebook. And so we're going to make sure that everybody in the third world is able to get a dossier for Coca-Cola and Alpo dog food.
Yeah, those little microsatellites. They're expected to shred the other satellites that are up there.
Yeah, just kind of pulverize them.
It's
that
not
and
just
along with
getting
space
you to
debris
upload
that's
Facebook,
already up
it's-
there from
It's like a
exploded
shotgun
satellites.
blast.
Yeah, well, kind of a little bit more like a minigun, because they're going to space out, a little bit, and it's going to be kapow, 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 kapow.
Exactly.
So you'll knock something further down, and then you'll just further the damage into it.
Exactly.
It's a space pea shooter, right?
The space peas shooter. All those little crystallized chunks just rocking through there, and just everybody's trying to launch rockets and starships down there, but there's no real purpose in doing that. The planet will be destroyed April 13th, 2019. This is a true fact, and this is what we've come up with down here at Hypercube Labs. And the research goes to show that we have a good chance of being able to survive it.
We use only the best slide rules to figure that out.
We've got T-squares.
Yep.
I've got
protractors.
I've got a protractor. I've got like the curved dome protractor. You like that? Look, see, I got that. It came with the triangle one. And this little pencil, it came with a golf pencil that doesn't ever mark on paper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
It only marks on space paper.
Yeah, only on space paper, because we don't need, loose pieces of graphite flying into our toothpaste food.
Well, because regular paper would be too heavy. So we use ultralight Mylar space sheets to write down our notes.
Or if you're in space anyway, you might as well just telepathically communicate that shit.
It goes, everything's being picked up from the nanobots in our brain stems. And that's being transmitted to the computers. It's being logged. And we'd like to thank Facebook for sponsoring our deep space flight, and Coca-Cola and Alpo Human Food. I thank you very much for sponsoring us. The human food in the tube, which I like to call the food tube, it's pretty good. But I'll tell you, the Coca-Cola ones, they're, I don't know,
it's the name brand. It's the name
gel,
brand. Yeah, the gel, exactly. That's how they
when the
cola flavored gel.
When the bubbles explode, that's my favorite part. It tickles my nose. But throwing up in space isn't fun. Actually, throwing up in space is a lot of fun.
Well, because there's no up to throw
anywhere.
to, right?
It's just,
because
you just
in
throw.
a zero-G environment, you can only just throw out.
Yeah, I'm just throwing in a relative position opposite of down. That's what I'm doing.
That was why they had problems drinking Coca-Cola on the space shuttle, right? Because the bubbles wouldn't come up, so...
Oh, yeah.
It was
couldn't
it was
burp.
because
They had to shake each other to burp.
Just
So they're all square dancing on the space station.
Yeah, they've got...
trying to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah, they started hucking themselves around in circles.
Yep. Shake it.
They got to go on a moonwalk after
to
drinking
get the
a
heavier
Coke.
Coca-Cola down towards the bottom of their anatomy.
But think about how long you're able to taste it then, because it's just floating there in the back of your mouth.
So delicious.
Just keep it with you, burping in your...
But yeah, then they switched to the gel paste that we all know and love so much.
Gel paste. That's my favorite diet. A little bit of gel. I go, it's like I'll drive into work. I'll hit the button a couple of times, get some food pellets, get some gel paste out of the machine, and call it a day.
Well,
which flavor of pellets are your favorite?
The
the
cyanide flavor. Yeah.
The round ones. I like the round ones.
I like the ones that are like the green apple, but they're not. They're kind of like apple, but they're also a little bit like. You can't really tell if they're supposed to be apple or watermelon, but they taste really good.
You know how they had that, like, they're rounded, but it's got the imperfection from the mold, and so it has that little ridge, and so you pop you pop it in, and then you get it just scrapes along the top of your gums just a little bit, and you're like, I didn't pay for that, but you end up working that part down to being smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Just working with the imperfection.
Yeah,
just working with the flaw.
Just get like a big bag of the powder that they put on the Sour Patch Kids and eat it with a spoon.
Mm-hmm. Now that is some
I put
powder
it out
that
on a
makes you
piece of
say
glass, and then I rub it on my gum lines with my fingers, like a lady. I'm polite, but you can get a spoon. You know what I'm saying? You just got to remember, mix it.
Pure crystals of malic acid.
But the Chinese astronauts have figured it out. They've got it down to a T. And they just...
oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just eat each other.
Oh.
That's why.
That makes sense.
You start with a crew of 200.
Is it a black tea,
they work
or
down
is it a
to about
tea?
50.
Yep.
And but then when they get there, get where they need to be, they're back up to 200.
Or is it an herbal tea?
It's a specialty.
Ah.
But the Chinese got it down. In fact, let's see, where were we in our logs tonight? That last Kerjigger. Oh, what was that? That was from the moon.
Yeah. No, the Chinese
were
the ones that brought the spaceships down like 6,000 years ago or something.
They on the Chinese moon, it's made of cream cheese.
Oh, interesting.
And there's a crispy wonton shell
Yeah,
on the
light
inside.
panko crust. Yeah.
Yeah. And imitation crab.
Mm-hmm. It's also much more aesthetic, which adds to its.
But it doesn't matter how much of the Chinese moon that you eat, because you'll just be hungry 2 hours later.
2 hours later.
2 hours later. So
is that moon? Are those moon hours or Earth hours?
I don't know though. When I'll tell you though,
they use the lunar calendar, so isn't it already moon hours?
The same thing is true with their alcohol. Their like moon alcohol is that you drink like a moonshot, and you do a couple of moonshots, and the time moves so much faster that it's like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, and you're like, "Whoops, I'm sober." Because the minutes move fast. You know,
snuck up on me there.
Whoopsie daisy. Let me just correct for that. But yeah, that moon liquor, that moon hooch, it's not as good.
No, it's all just synthesized from chemicals that they mine out of the
Rangoon crust.
Yeah,
that's why it's all choppy and bubbly.
I thought that was
it's starting to
coating
make
like
more
green.
sense now.
Yeah.
But they launched a satellite, and its mission was to take sweet and sour sauce to the moon. And that was going to allow them to drill into it, because you have to work down that crust.
Oh, I see.
The cheese
Soften
gets a little hard
bit.
after a while. And they launched that satellite out of another satellite, which was serving as a distraction. But it was called Dongfang Hong 1. And no, I didn't make that up. But on the 24th of April, 1970, Dongfang Hong was launched by the Chinese and became the first transmission in space. So we're going to hit this guy. Now, this is a short one. And here's the fun part. The satellite played the song Dongfang Hong, which is the national anthem of the Chinese at that time. Probably now. I don't know. Didn't look into it that much. But the People's Republic of China launched this up. And this is a recording of the transmission along with the telemetry data. The satellite was also broadcasting at the same time. So you really do kind of get a a taste for where Kraftwerk wanted to steal all their stuff from later, I guess. So here's Dongfeng Hong 1 broadcasting East is Red. So it's time for the show. We'll be right back. That was the People's Republic of China with 20th Century Man. In fact, this entire cosmic voyage tonight was based off of discovering this satellite. Its mass exceeded the combined masses of the first satellites of the other 4 countries, including Sputnik 1. On the 21st of April 2005, the Chinese Academy of Space Technology gathered the science and technology personnel who participated in the design, manufacture, production, and supervision of Dongfeng Han 1. And the Beijing satellite manufacturing plant was used as a monument. In coordination with the Shenzhou 5 manned spacecraft anniversary, a 1:1 scale replica of Dongfeng Han 1 was exhibited at the Beijing Planetarium. And that was our first, as a people, broadcast in space. But it did take the Americans to get up there and hum a few bars. And we've escalated further and further. And in fact, we've reached so far back where we're almost 50 light years away. And now we have to crank back to come back from our
put her in reverse.
Hairy abscess. Yeah, we're going to slam on the brakes.
Yep. Just don't even brake. Just throw it in reverse.
And no, we got a trailer.
Where's the clutch?
It's the big one. It's the big one over there.
There's about like 16 pedals under the dashboard over here.
As we approach, though, just so you know, well, first off, push the red button, hold it down,
always.
turn the key, and then
which key?
stomp
The blue
down
key
on
or
the
the green key?
The green key.
and then
I got the green one.
Okay, put the green key in the yellow key slot.
Yep.
All right.
And that's
There
next
should only
to,
be 7 or 8 key slots. Like it's a grid,
put your
like
foot
a
on the
2x4
pedal.
grid.
Put your right foot on the pedal. Put your left foot on the platform down below.
Okay, we got
And
the
then
safety
put your
interlock turned on.
middle tentacle on the green pedal and put your secondary tentacle on the left
Okay,
pedal.
I think it's starting to go. I think it's starting to back up now.
All right, now
Yeah,
what you
push
can
them
do
both
is stare
down.
in front of you. You should see a yellow sphere suspended
hurts to
Put
hold
your
this
hand
by
on
a
that.
string that is hanging from the ceiling.
This is really
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
just put your hand on that. Don't worry if it... I know you don't have any hands left on the wheel, but don't worry about it. Just put your hand on the orb.
Well, I
Push
pushed the
your
autopilot,
secondary
so-
tentacle down onto the left pedal.
Ugh.
Don't forget that. Push it all the way down.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now you should be in neutral.
Right.
So from here, where did you want to go?
I don't know. Ask Dr. Fox.
We're headed over to Epsilon Eridan, where
Okay, let's punch the coordinates into the computer.
it should come up in the star system, Ron. And yeah,
R-O-N?
R-A-N,
Ron.
but Ron. So let's head over and meet Big Ron and their one candidate exoplanet that they have. And now here's the fun part.
One's better than
okay,
none.
this is the symbol. It's the A on the left and the E on the right. G-I-R.
Key on the right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so is it G-I-R after the little symbol here, the A and the E.
Like
A.
Oh, what's this?
A.
Well, this one's blinking.
Ager. So we're going to Ager. And we're going to be cruising from this point, the farthest radio transmission
How
that
fast
has
are we
reached
moving
this far
anyway?
out. Well, we
This
moved
is pretty
in
fast.
an hour and a half
We're moving
relative to
about
Earth time. We've
400
been
or
moving
500
at light
C.
speed.
Yeah,
So we
yep.
are actually 70 out, but so now we're going to turn this bitch around. Well, actually, we're just going to go in
140.
reverse, I guess. Just, turn the mirrors out so
Yep.
you can see. Turn on your flashers.
Yep.
And
Now, to turn on the flashers, what you're going to need to do
It's the switch
is...
over here, right?
it's the switch over here. Now,
Okay, you got it.
we've we when we come into this, when speeds go past mind numbing, we're really not going to be able to say a lot that's comprehensive. This is a good time to allow your brain to kind of leak out the back of your skull. And you can do that
And it
down
just
on floor
dripping.
3 in the Lido deck.
Like the Keurig
And
of your skull.
the baths
Dripping
in the
green
Lido
juice
deck,
into
which
a coffee
happen to
cup.
be right next to
And the
the
next
steam
thing you know,
vents. By the way, if you see any
coffee cup gets
discolored
full,
or
and
colored
you're like,
steams
"Oh,
or
well,
gases,
it's
notify a
just
crew
a
attendant
centimeter
immediately.
left.
But we've
Maybe,
stocked
we
the
could put a shot of baby.
we've stocked our bath facilities with our new sponsored soaps. The first soaps in deep space brought
Boy,
to
I
you
tell
by.
you, these zero-G baths, they're just like a carnival ride.
You just run through
It's
the
like
water.
It's like a water park in there, man.
We got a big old cube of water. But is Reverend Ferg there?
I am here.
All right, well, we're gonna crank you up just a smidge. But we've stocked the spaceship baths with some soap, and it comes from Reverend Ferg in collaboration with some of those subgenius peoples back on that shithole planet. I can say that because the president of space did. But Dr. Ferg, would you care to tell us about these soaps that we're using?
Yeah, I've been doing it for about a year and 6 months now, and most of the soaps now are all glycerin based, but I still make a Casio base in case you need that deep. And I've been just taking orders on request. You got a smell you want, email me and I'll try to make a batch.
Where can they email you at, Ferg?
Get clean at triologysoaps.com.
.com. All right, and so that's T-I... I'm sorry, I'm already fucking it up. TRIOLOGYSOAPS.com.
Correct, sir.
Oh, I got it. I nailed it.
Nice.
And so, we've got a couple of soaps up there. There's a soap bar with a Dobbs head in it. Ferg was just telling me the other day that he's working on some crazy stuff.
I've been keeping a lot of it down in the locker, trying not to let a lot of it out. I'm trying to get the product completely finished before I start sending a bunch. But I'll be more than happy to share a few pics in the Discord.
Absolutely, let people know what they can grab on there. But yeah, the official. Can we get a time for the soap?
It's time for the soap.
Time for the soap.
You can get that by going to.
Time for the soap.
Here's some soapy suds for you.
Well, post it in the Discord, and if anyone needs to know how to get to the Discord, just go to timefortheshow.com
and
click on the Discord button.
And get clean at triologysoaps.com. There's some soaps with the bob heads in them. Look at that. It's insane. And I believe Dr. Cosmac made the Dobbs head molds.
Bob's head. It's an extruded Bob's head. It looks good. Actually, it looks really good.
Thank you, Cosmac, for making that 3D print.
Check that out.
I made the positives on a super futuristic robot manufactured those.
So it's a collaborative effort. It's really cool.
See, when you get two sub-geniuses together, then they're even
for radio
more
listeners,
sub.
this is where you're if you haven't gotten on the Discord yet, which we actually got a Discord user this week that found a Hypercube reality augmentation stabilization decal out in the wild and looked up Hypercube and came over.
One.
So one came in. So if you got some decals, remember, put them somewhere where
people see them in.
Well, it's not
also
where they
can't
see.
take
It's not.
them down.
Yeah, put it somewhere
Jump
where
up
a
and
special
slap it on
person
something.
is going to see it. I like the backsides of paper towel dispensers. The side you see in the mirror. That's the one I like.
You make it backwards stickers so that you see it in the mirror.
No, you just have to make them turn their heads around. And they say do not remove, and so they end up staying on for a little while longer.
Yeah. That's the best.
Speaking of do not remove, this was stolen from the National Library of Sweden in the 1990s. It was a copy of Johannes Kepler's 1619 Harmony of the World. The final section of the work relates his discovery of the so-called third law of planetary motion. So the guy, I don't know if you know anything about Kepler, but he was a total nerd. And at the same time, he was also kind of a geek. And because of that, other nerds and geeks through history have picked up on some of this. But Kepler divides the harmony of the world into 5 long chapters. This is from Wikipedia. The first is on regular polygons. The second is on the congruence of figures. The third is on the origin of harmonic proportions in music. And the fourth is on harmonic configurations in astrology. The fifth is on the harmony of the motions of planets. These configurations, harmonic configurations in astrology is where we're headed tonight. While medieval philosophers spoke metaphorically of the music of the spheres, Kepler discovered physical harmonies in planetary motion. He found that the difference between the maximum and minimum angular speeds of a planet in its orbit approximates a harmonic proportion. For instance, the maximum angular speed of the Earth as measured from the Sun varies by a semitone, a ratio of 16 to 15, from mi to fa. The Earth sings mi, fa, mi, which from the syllables in...
I can hear it now.
From Kepler's explanation, you may even infer from the syllables that in our home is misery and famine, which hold sway. The celestial choir Kepler formed was made up of a tenor, Mars, 2 bass, Saturn and Jupiter, a soprano, Mercury, and 2 altos, Venus and Earth. Says here, Mercury with its large elliptical orbit was determined to be able to produce the greatest number of notes, while Venus was found to be capable of only a single note because its orbit is nearly a circle. put all of these together, and you end up with a ridiculous idea for a song, which back in 1977, Laurie Spiegel? We'll say Spiegel. Laurie Spiegel ended up recording Kepler's Harmony of the Worlds. And this is basically the song of the known solar system at the time of Kepler, even though it's in 1977.
So from when to when?
An excerpt from this was placed on a golden record, etched along with other data, which has been propelled further than we're traveling tonight on both Voyager 1 and 2. So here tonight, we're going to take you on an intergalactic journey for the rest of the show. In fact, it's going to bleed a little over midnight, but I highly encourage you at home to go ahead and unbuckle, enjoy this microgravity experience, and this is definitely the time that if you happen to get through the space TSA with that little baggie, I'm going to look the other way while everyone runs to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So tonight, for time for the show's intergalactic sign-off, here is Laurie Spiegel with Kepler's Harmony of the Worlds.